I've died 5 times in my life. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been hanged 3 times. Each time they hang me to where I'm about dead and I cut the rope.
So he just left. I'm packing up my stuff and I'm getting out of here.
I'm not sure if I've just found a body or not.
I saw you! Tornado! Tornado! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay!
Welcome. In today's video, we cover 4 most disturbing stealth camping encounters, all caught on camera. First up is Todd, from the YouTube channel Campin' with Champion. He's out on a stealth camp and has picked a spot tucked just off a busy junction. It's a risky location, but that's the challenge. He's settling in quietly and hoping to blend in well enough that no one realizes he's there for the night.
I got all my stuff hidden in here, just kind of stuck there. This is my area. It is not very big. I have one clear path here that leads to the outside, and then where I'm sitting at, this is it.
He rides around the area on his scooter, keeping an eye on the spot, watching for anyone who might wander over or get curious. Only if it stays clear does he plan to crawl into the hideout and drag the scooter in behind him.
I'm not really worried right now about anyone seeing me walk around the outside. I mean, it's daylight. It's not illegal to make a little video in the daylight, right? So we're gonna be hearing these big trucks coming by all night. But it's a pretty thick pine tree here. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to see me in there at all. I am gonna have my lights on at certain times.
He scooters over to an old familiar area near a shopping plaza. Somewhere he once found a dumpster full of snack cakes. But the moment he gets there, he runs into a stranger, and the conversation immediately takes a weird turn.
I was gonna go check that dumpster right now, but there was a guy walking up and I just started talking to him, and he just started telling me about how he was in witness protection because someone murdered his friends and his friend died right in his arms and stuff. And I don't know, it could be true. Who am I to judge? But
Todd decides to head back to his camp and wait it out, hoping the creepy guy moves on. The plan is to give it some time, then return to the dumpsters later and see if there's anything worth checking once things feel calmer.
dang it. Empty. You win some, you lose some.
Todd leaves the dumpsters and heads back toward the parking lot to film some scooter footage. That's when the same guy from earlier suddenly shows up again, making the situation feel even more uncomfortable. Todd goes back to his camp.
And then he asked me if I wanted someone else to camp with you. Like, what? Dude. What the crap? That was nuts.
That encounter changed what felt like a safe stealth camp into something far more unsettling. Todd was alert because there was a high possibility that the guy was still in the area.
He knows that I'm probably in the area because he's seen me twice now. I don't think he would expect me to be in these bushes though.
Even cooking becomes stressful. He's hungry, but he's worried the smell or the glow will draw attention. Still, he decides he needs to eat. He keeps it low profile, uses a red light pointed downward so it barely gives off any glow, checks his pan, and quietly builds dinner. He makes a Philly cheesesteak style sandwich with pre-seasoned chopped beef, buns, and provolone.
Look at this sandwich. That cheese melted so perfectly. Put a little mayo on there.
And then the guy comes back again, this time right up on him.
You hungry?
No.
I got a sandwich here.
I've died 5 times in my life. Shot, I've been stabbed, I've been hanged 3 times. Each time they hang me to where I'm about dead and I cut the rope.
Yeah.
Todd feels nervous and keeps his knife in his hand while the conversation carries on.
I used to be a truck driver and I quit because my kids were little. Trying to do this, maybe I can do something better, you know.
Is there someone with you to help you do it?
My wife. I've been married for 15 years. Before I met my wife, dude, I was bad. And I probably wouldn't still be around if I hadn't met my wife.
The conversation does not seem to stop, and Todd does not know what to do.
That way. All right, or if they call.
When the stranger finally walks away, Todd doesn't hesitate. He starts packing immediately. The stealth camp is over. The moment his location is compromised, especially by someone unpredictable, Todd does not want to risk it.
I got all my stuff packed up, got out of there. The last thing I packed up was my knife. The whole time we were talking, I had my knife out in my hand just in case. The guy just came in my bush and started sitting down. He seemed like a good guy. He said he's a veteran of the Iraq War. He just had a lot of, problems like we all do.
By the end, the mood isn't triumphant, it's frustrated. He's angry at himself for slipping up and revealing too much because it's happened before.
I'm sure he noticed the knife in my hand, like, you know what I mean? I wasn't trying to instigate anything or scare him or anything like that. Just trying to say, hey, don't try anything, you know what I mean? He seemed like a great guy, honestly.
He apologizes for not finishing the camp, but he's clear on the lesson. Stealth camping isn't just about hiding from cars and cameras, but also strangers.
Hey, just wanted to interrupt the video for just a second because since that happened, I was actually able to look the guy up and I found some drug charges from last month where he was arrested. So I'm thinking he probably had just gotten out of jail.
Up next is Paul from the YouTube channel Paul and a Pack, a YouTube channel focusing on hiking and camping. It's Saturday, just after 7:15, and he's sitting outside a motel in Boerne, coffee in hand, waiting on the motel manager to give him a lift back to the trail. He planned on only one night here, but 2 nights turned out to be necessary. At 7:48, he's back on dirt, stepping onto the trail from the highway, straight toward Boerne Falls. And as he walks, the trail turns personal.
It's kind of quite significant to me, because this is exactly where I officially ended my hike in 2019. This was the end of my adventure. There's a lot of memories and emotions coming back, to be honest with you, just by hiking down this bit of trail. I'm just wondering what it's going to be like when I get to see Boerne Falls.
As Paul walks while reminiscing about his hike back in 2019, he notices something unexpected off the trail.
On some of the rocks, there seems to be a big pile of, it kind of looks like trash, but it also looks like it could be a sleeping bag. And I can't see anyone there. It's just a little bit strange, so I'm just going to have a wander in.
Paul wants to make sure nothing weird is going on, so he approaches the sleeping bag.
Hello?
It turns out something horrible had happened.
Oh my goodness me. Oh no.
The realization hits him all at once. He backs away, shaken then confirms it. He's come across human remains not far from the trail, roughly 50 feet off. At first glance, it looked like debris, But up close, it's clearly a hiker's camp. A backpack, a sun umbrella, trekking poles, a tent, and bone visible, stripped. When he turns to leave, he notices the skull, and that removes any doubt.
I thought it was a pile of trash to start with, and I thought I would just go and investigate. When I got closer to it, it became obvious that it was the remains of a hiker.
Thankfully, a couple behind him, Adam and Jennifer, arrive at exactly the right moment. They help him keep his head straight. Adam has a bit of signal and calls emergency services. The hike continues, but the day is no longer normal. He apologizes because he knows the video will feel different. Shorter, less upbeat. On May 21st, 2022, Canada was hit by the biggest hurricane ever recorded there. Winds peaking around 190 kilometers per hour, basically hurricane force, with multiple tornadoes reported as it tore across the country. Tyson, a young man, was out in the woods when the storm arrived.
Look at my phone and saw this weather alert of a severe thunderstorm approaching us. While reading it, I started recording and I turned my head, look in the sky, and it was pitch black. There was less than a minute to react. I started to panic, my brother as well.
His first impulse is to run, but he knows how dangerous that is in the woods, especially with the wind rising like that. So he makes the call. Get low, get inside the shelter right now. It's the decision that changes everything.
I'm going.
Holy
What the hell? Oh my god.
Holy shit!
I'm going.
Ah, viens, reste en dedans.
No.
En dedans, en
Non,
dedans.
je m'en vais.
Non, on peut pas, il est trop tard.
Within seconds, the storm is on top of them. Violent wind, debris, branches snapping, the forest groaning and cracking around the shelter. He's focused on one thing, keeping the boys down, keeping them together, waiting it out.
Reste en dessous! Tornado! Tornado! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay! Stay! Stay low!
Trees are coming down. The sound is constant, like the woods are being ripped apart. They are scared. They might not make it. They have never seen a hurricane that big in their lives. The only thing they can do is wait.
No! Stay! Stay! Stay low, buddy! Stay!
Tyson, clearly terrified, does everything he can to keep his brother and his friend calm and still, knowing that any movement could be deadly until the storm finally passes.
On est good!
When the worst of it passes, they make the move. The forest no longer looks the way it did before. Everything around them has been torn apart.
Holy Oh my god!
Can we run?
Holy sh!
Can we go?
They leave the shelter and see the damage. Without it, they would have been caught in the storm, with trees and debris coming down around them.
The tornado, oh my god. The tornado's gone over there. Dude, we never get this type of temperature in Canada. Ontario, Hawkesbury.
When the worst of it passes, they make the move. They leave the shelter and try to find the trail back, staying alert for unstable trees and hanging branches.
Oh my god! Attention sur des gros arbres! Parce qu'il va mouiller fort là.
They keep moving. The roads are damaged and nothing looks the same. With the storm past, they focus on getting through what's left. They push through and finally reach the open road again. And the relief hits hard pure adrenaline giving way to shaky gratitude.
Thank you, God.
Let's go.
Go.
Let's go.
Santa Maria, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Now.
Thank you, God, and thank you to you for your shelter, man.
Later, once they're safe, he returns to the bigger picture. This wasn't just a scary moment in the woods. It was part of a massive storm event that left their area without electricity for days. People ran out of gas and lost food. The last encounter follows a group of young men into the forest. At the entrance, there were signs that warned people not to enter because it was private grounds. There were rumors going around that strange things had happened to the forest and people had been going missing. They park nearby and step in anyway, joking at first, until the woods start answering back. A heavy thud, a sound that doesn't belong, like a door slamming somewhere it shouldn't be. Then something worse.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. Dat is toch niet mijn auto of zo, hè?
At first, they try to explain it away. A radio, a camper, someone messing around. Then a figure steps into range.
Hallo? Hallo? What the fuck? What the fuck?
They run. Not because it was planned, but because fear took over. Nothing like this was supposed to happen out here. They came in thinking the forest was empty, that anything strange could be staged or brushed off for entertainment. Instead, they crossed paths with that woman.
What the fuck is dit? What the fuck is dit?
For long minutes, he's pinned behind a tree, listening to her screams echo through the woods. She's shouting threats. He calls the police. Police arrive and assess the situation. They confirm that the woman claims the area as her property and doesn't want anyone inside, which explains the warning signs at the gate. At the same time, it's clear she isn't entirely stable, adding another layer of unease to what already happened. They should properly stay away when seeing those signs.